Hey everybody, are you ready to test your knowledge about the good old USA? We all know the US is an interesting place, but how much do you really know about it? The United States is full of surprises, from its vast landscapes to its rich history. But there are also some weird and wacky things about this country that you probably didn't know. So get ready to be amazed, because we're about to take you on a journey across the US to discover 10 crazy facts that will blow your mind. These facts are guaranteed to make you say, I can't believe that's actually a thing. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn some crazy facts about the United States. Number 1. No official language. Did you know that the United States doesn't have an official language? Yep, you heard that right. Although English is the most commonly spoken language in the country, it's not the only one. In fact, there are over 300 languages spoken in the U.S. thanks to its diverse population. The reason why there's no official language is because when the country was founded, the framers of the Constitution were afraid that establishing a national language would infringe upon the rights of immigrants and minorities. They wanted to create a nation where everyone could feel comfortable expressing themselves in their native tongue. However, this has led to some interesting situations, like when government officials need to communicate with people who don't speak English. Despite the challenges, it's a fact that makes the U.S. stand out from other countries, and it's something to celebrate the diversity that makes this country so unique. Number 2. Population of 1. Now this is a small town with a shocking surprise. There's a town in Nebraska called Monowee, and you might be wondering, what's so special about it? Well, for starters, it has a population of 1. Yes, you heard that right. There's only one person living in this town, Elsie Eiler, who is also the mayor and the bartender of the only bar in town. How convenient is that? She basically wears all the hats in this town, and it's quite a feat to keep everything running smoothly with no one else around. But she's definitely up for the challenge. This town is definitely off the beaten path, but it's worth a visit if you're ever in the area. You might even get lucky enough to meet Mayor Eiler herself. Who knows? Maybe you'll even decide to stay and become the town's second resident. After all, it's not every day that you find a place where you can be the second person in town. Number 3, nuking the moon. Now this is a crazy idea that almost became a reality. During the Cold War, the United States actually considered nuking the moon. Yep, you heard that right. The U.S. military came up with a plan called Project A119, which involved detonating a nuclear bomb on the surface of the moon to create a flag-shaped cloud that could be seen from Earth. This was supposedly to boost morale during the space race with the Soviet Union. Can you imagine the sight of a nuclear explosion on the moon? It would definitely be a sight to behold. Thankfully, the plan was eventually canceled due to safety concerns and the high cost of such an endeavor. Who knows what would have happened if they had gone through with it? But thankfully, we can all sleep soundly knowing that the moon is safe from nuclear explosions. Number 4. Pizza madness. Now, this is a fact that every pizza lover will appreciate. Americans eat about 100 acres of pizza every single day. That's equivalent to 350 slices per second. This is no surprise considering that pizza is a popular food in the U.S., and it's often seen as a quick and easy meal option. From the classic pepperoni to the more adventurous toppings, there's a pizza out there for everyone. Whether you're in the mood for a cheesy slice or a deep dish extravaganza, America has you covered. So if you're in the U.S. and you're craving pizza, just head to your nearest pizzeria and dig in. You won't be disappointed. Number 5. Illegal to die. Now, this is a weird law that you probably didn't know existed. In Longyearbyen, Alaska, it's actually illegal to die. That's right. The local government has enacted a law that prohibits anyone from dying within the town limits. But why, you might ask? Well, it has to do with the permafrost. The ground in Longyearbyen is permanently frozen, which means that bodies won't decompose. This creates a potential health hazard as well as an unpleasant sight. Plus, it's just plain weird to think about. So if you're planning on visiting Longyearbyen, make sure to stay alive. Who knows? Maybe you'll get to experience one of the weirdest laws in the U.S. firsthand. Number 6. Empty crypt. Now this is a bizarre fact that has more than a few people scratching their heads. Underneath the U.S. Capitol building, there's a crypt that was built for George Washington, the first president of the United States. But here's the twist. He was never buried there. After he died in 1799, his body was embalmed and then buried at his estate in Virginia. The crypt in the Capitol building was intended to be part of a larger plan to move his remains to the Capitol, but that never came to fruition. So today, the crypt is empty. Talk about a major plot twist. It's a strange and eerie thought to consider that the first president of the United States has no final resting place in the building that bears his name. But it's a fact that adds another layer of intrigue to the already fascinating history of the U.S. Capitol. Number 7. Canned air. Now this is a product that you probably never knew existed, but it's a real thing. You can actually buy a can of local air in Texas as a souvenir. That's right. People are literally canning the air in Texas and selling it as a novelty item. The cans are typically sold in tourist areas, and they're filled with air from various locations around the state, such as the Alamo or the Gulf Coast. It might sound ridiculous, but hey, if you want to take a little piece of Texas home with you, why not try a can of local air? Just be careful not to open it in your car. You never know what kind of air you might be getting. Number 8. Turkey versus bald eagle. Now this is a fact that might surprise you. Benjamin Franklin actually wanted the turkey to be the national bird of the United States instead of the bald eagle. He believed that the turkey was a more intelligent and patriotic choice because they were native to the U.S., and wouldn't be influenced by foreign affairs. On the other hand, he thought the bald eagle had a bad moral character, citing their tendency to steal other birds' eggs. And who could blame him? That is a pretty shady move. If you ask me, I think both animals make great national mascots. But hey, we can't have two national birds. So I'll leave it up to you. Which one should be the top bird in the U.S.? Number 9. Book copies. Now this is a fact that's sure to please any bookworm. The Library of Congress receives 2 copies of every book published in the United States. That's right. As soon as a book is published, 2 copies are sent to the Library of Congress to add to their collection. This ensures that the library has a comprehensive collection of all American literature, which is a great resource for anyone looking to research the country's history and culture. Plus, it's just a cool fact to know that your favorite book might be sitting on a shelf in the Library of Congress. Number 10. Cow Highway. Now, this is a fact that will make any road trip more interesting. In the 1800s, the Chisholm Trail was like a highway, but for cows. That's right. The Chisholm Trail was a route used to drive cattle from Texas to Kansas, and it was over 1,000 miles long. Can you imagine walking that far? Well, the cows didn't walk exactly. They were herded along the trail by cowboys who would often face dangerous conditions and wild animals along the way. By the end of the trail, the cows would be sold at markets in Kansas, and many of them ended up being slaughtered, and their meat was shipped across the country. Today, the Chisholm Trail is still visible in parts of Texas and Oklahoma, and it's a reminder of the important role that cattle played in the history of the U.S. So there you have it, 10 crazy facts about the United States that will blow your mind. From the bizarre to the unexpected, these facts are sure to leave you scratching your head and saying, I can't believe that's actually a thing. But hey, that's what makes the U.S. such a unique and fascinating country. So which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun facts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.